So it's been about a month since I've located Utsanati and Zoe, the timber rattlesnakes. Utsanati is still in his hibernation location. I have discovered something really unique and interesting though. Take a look. Last year, Utsanati spent the winter about 15 feet down the hill from where I'm sitting, underneath the rhododendron branches in the middle of the frame. This year, he is directly below where I'm sitting, a little bit downhill. The transmitter's signal puts him right about here, underground of course. I wouldn't be putting my hand there if he wasn't. And so I got to digging around in this little depression, and look what I found. A hole. It's about 2.5 inches wide, and it goes down into the earth, as holes do. So I believe this to be his ingress location, the way he gets into his den, in other words. There's really no way to tell unless I dug him up, and I'm not going to do that. But it is really good information to have the knowledge of where he goes in and out of his den. I could set up a trail cam and monitor this hole. If I had a very sensitive trail cam, I could monitor the hole and find out exactly when he comes and goes from his den. If any of you out there would like to donate a digital trail cam with a memory card, I would be more than happy to set it up over this hole and watch and see what happens. It would be so interesting to have the camera set on video and just imagine what we might get. It'd be so incredible. So maybe one day, hey, feel free to make a donation to Earthshine Nature Programs of a trail camera, and that is exactly what we'll do with it, and more. So, let's go find Zoe. First thing, to cover up Utsanati's hole. I want to keep it nice and insulated from the winter. Well, if we're going to have a winter this year, it's been unseasonably warm. It's about 65 right now. Light rain's falling. The forest is beautiful and quiet and still, peaceful. Even though I'm sitting 2 feet from a rattlesnake underneath the leaves, only a few inches deep, more than likely. Well, let's go find Zoe. I am only about 15 or 20 feet from Zoe's overwintering site, and I'm getting a very strong signal, almost as if she's on the surface. It's very possible it's a warm day. See if I can see from here. It's very hard to tell. They blend in so well until you pick them out of the background, and then they stick out like a sore thumb. But I don't see her. Here we go. I'm going to walk over and see. Make sure she's not right on the ground here where I'm stepping. She may be on a branch. They've been known to climb when they need to thermoregulate or navigate. Very strong signal, almost as if I'm standing right on top of her. Where is she? It's almost as if the signal is more downhill. It is. I think she's outside of her den. Her den's right up here, underneath the roots of this mountain laurel. She's either out or she's underground in another location. Somewhere directly below me. I must have either walked right past her or she is underground. Ooh, very strong signal. I'm wondering if she's up under that moss-covered rock. That is where the signal is originating, it seems. So the signal from her transmitter is putting her directly under this rock, this moss-covered rock. I'm going to use a twig and move back some leaves very carefully and see if I can see her. If she's even visible, but it's putting her directly under this rock. Now that we have light, still very hard to tell what's in here. Don't see a snake. So Zoe is under this rock. I was able to use the receiver and pinpoint her location to be right about here. A few inches under the soil, I'm sure, behind the rock or under it. It's hard to tell. I can't really tell how far back the rock goes. I didn't dig it up. Don't want to disturb it too much. Was able to look up under the rock and see that it does go back at least a foot. And then beyond that, I can't tell where there's holes, passageways, whatever. I did look over here and notice there's a lot of rodent tunnels going up into the earth in this area. So this could be where she went in. I'm thinking she went in under the rock, but it's very interesting. Now, why is she using this spot? I don't know. Only she knows. Last year, she stayed about 10 feet or so up the hill underneath the roots of that mountain laurel, that large mountain laurel with the dark bark. And this year, she's moved down here now. Maybe it's just a temporary response to the unseasonably warm temperatures we've been having. It's been in the 70s, low 70s for the past several days, off and on. You know, yesterday was in the 60s. There's been a few 71, 72 degree days. And I think tomorrow's predicted to be around 70. So who knows, it could just be in response to the warm weather. She's come out to bask. Now, again, as I said before, it would be really nice to have a trail camera. If I could set a trail camera up to monitor this spot, could you imagine how cool it would be? What kind of amazing video we could get with one of these nice new trail cameras that has video capabilities. And I could set it to record during the day, at night in infrared. Who knows what we could get? Oh, it would just open up all kinds of amazing science. So if you're interested, please contact me. We can talk about it. So that's Snake Tracks for the 8th of December, 2012. And I'm probably not going to locate the snakes again until maybe sometime in January, or unless we have a really crazy warm spell where it's, 75, 80 degrees, something like that. If it gets that warm, I'm going to be out here once a week or twice a week, unless I have a trail camera, which would really make things a lot easier. But anyway, so there she is, right back there. So cool. So close to her, but can't see her. So until next time, we'll see you later, and Merry Christmas.
Well, just when this old town was beating me around, big old moon led the way, and all I had to do was follow that feeling, and for the break of day, and for the break of day. Well, the moonlight lights fog this line across the road, and the pond looks like a diamond shining back, but nothing is so clear as the music that I hear coming from the picking shack like a train on the track.